Four Seasons, not gonna lie, I grew up on their music. That is some damn good music. Jersey Boys. So Jersey Boys is directed by Clint Eastwood. It's the story of Frankie Valli and the Four Seasons. If you don't know who they are or you don't know their music, odds are you probably actually do know their music. Seriously, I went into this movie going, holy shit, I know a lot of their music. But I'm gonna break some hearts and just say it's directed by Clint Eastwood. I know, it sounds like a negative and it shouldn't be a negative, but Clint Eastwood is in that 50-50 margin right now. He's directed as many movies that we've enjoyed and they've made us cry, as he has directed movies that have bored the living shit out of us. Yeah, he's the guy who directed Mystic River. He's also the guy who directed Jay Edgar in that one movie about the afterlife with Matt Damon. But this is airtight. This is solid. This is a movie about the Four Seasons and it has a mob element in it. How can this bore me? It ain't easy. Apparently it takes about 2 hours and 15 minutes. But the movie's not all bad. It's really not. I mean, it's an interesting story. And my critiques on the movie are taking nothing away from Frankie Valli and the Four Seasons. I mean, shit, their life is more interesting than a lot of lives. But it's all about execution, man. First of all, what is the amount of time this movie takes place in? I honestly don't know if it's 10 years or 20 years. I think it's closer to 20 years because his kids by the end of the movie are like teenagers. And with a minimal amount of makeup on everybody, it just kind of looks like everyone is frozen in time. They play young men when the movie starts, and by the end of their whole adventure, they play young men still. And there are these sections of time, for example, where he's like pissed at his wife, and then all of a sudden he's leaving, but the kids look older now. So I'm like, are you just leaving from that conversation? Are you leaving 5 years later? What happened in the subsequent possible 5 years? What were you doing shit? The performances in this movie were all right. I mean, for the most part, they were functional. I don't think anyone's gonna win any Oscars for this movie, but they're not gonna get booed off the screen. That's possible. A couple of the guys though, one in particular, I was like, dude, calm down. This one dude was just really overly expressive with his eyes and the way he would enunciate his words. And you can tell the dude's used to acting on stage or something. But when you're acting on stage, you have to act for the people in the back row. That doesn't translate on camera. You don't have to do that when you're being filmed. You have to act for the person who's like a foot from you, because that's where the audience essentially is now. And they do that thing where they talk to the audience. They're like, yeah, we were doing this. We were doing this in the old town. It was like that, but hey, he doesn't know that yet. So let's go see what happens. And that's usually fine, but there are guidelines when you're gonna do that. One, usually it's one person that does it. Don't make multiple people do it because it just confuses people. We don't know when they're talking to someone else or us, so there's honestly a scene where Frankie Valli is talking and he's walking and I'm like, is he talking to us? I think no, he's talking to her. Confused me. And do it throughout the entire movie if you're going to do it. Don't do it for half the movie and then stop. Makes me feel like you were doing it and you were like, it's not really working out. They don't want to refilm that shit, so we're just gonna go ahead and leave it. And when they're playing their music that you recognize, you can't help but tap your foot in that movie theater. You're like, oh, that is taking me back. The only thing is it takes half the movie to get there. And the first half leading up to it, even though there was a mob element and they're Jersey boys, that just sounds like it would be interesting. It's not that interesting. But when the end of the movie happened, if you see the movie, you'll know. I mean, there's this scene where you're like, oh, I feel like I'm connecting with these guys. And this is a good scene. It's bringing the movie up. Then it kept going and I was like, all right, this needs to wrap up. Otherwise it's gonna totally demolish all the props it just got. Then the ending kept going again and I was like, all right, it's lost, it's gone now. So although I like the Four Seasons and their music kicks ass, Jersey Boys was long, it was slow, it was dull. I didn't get connected with anybody. A couple of the conflicts in the movie were cool, but not as cool as they could have been. In the end, I walked out of the movie going, this was like Jay Edgar. I saw a life and it was not as interesting as it probably should have been. Sadly, and if I lose my kneecaps for this, I'm sorry. But Jersey Boys, ultimately you're not gonna remember it in T-1 day. Yep, already forgot. I have a theory about that song Ragdoll by the Four Seasons. Everybody has a person they think about when they listen to that song. That's my theory. So what's your favorite oldies band? We're talking bands from the 50s and 60s. No, we can't go 70s. Whatever your favorite group or song is, whatever it is, comment below, let me know. And as always, if you like what you've seen here and you want to see more, click right here to see more.